Okay, so there's no real beef between Academics and Fresh and Fit, but he did have a lot to say in his past stream after the Tommy Sotomayor and the little chick. They had a quick little fade down here at the Fresh and Fit studios, you feel me? Now, what's interesting about this whole situation is Academics is a young mogul, he's a pioneer, but his hip-hop game, his hip-hop media gang, that boy there has risen to the top. But one thing that people always question about Academics is the people that he decides to align himself with, such as Tekashi 6ix9ine or now Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit is a very radioactive group to be hanging out with because right now they're tearing up the mainstream in all the wrong ways. They're being introduced for doing a lot of crazy shit. A lot of people in the industry are looking at them as some lames. And they already feel some type of way about Academics, so it's making people think like, all right, Ack, especially his fans. His fans are like, bro, why would you go in the line with these dudes doing so many crazy things? But I'm gonna keep it G with you. Watch Ack over the years. This is kind of on brand for that boy. He likes hanging out with the villains. He likes hanging out with the underdogs because he always sees himself in them people. You feel me? Kind of like Kanye want to hang out with Trump all the damn time. Kind of like similar situations. You feel me? But the other day, Academics was on stream after the Tommy Sotomayor and the Fresh and Fit fight, and he had a lot of things to say about his issues with the way that Fresh and Fit conduct their business. I haven't spoken about the Tommy Sotomayor and the Fresh and Fit fight because I'm pretty sure everybody else has, said what they had to say about that. But this is a much more interesting thing to me because seeing how people that are aligning themselves with these guys as they're doing a lot of things that could probably fuck themselves up, wanted to see, like, is there anyone in that corner that's trying to tell them, hey, bro, chill out? But let's see what Ack got to say.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is one thing I do not like when it comes to, Fresh and Fit. I'll be honest with you. And I've told Fresh this. Fresh and Fit is not a conversation about race. It's about a conversation about dating and relationships. When it comes to race, it's a very slippery slope, and you got to check yourself. First of all, I'll be honest and I'll put my cards on the table. I was born in Jamaica. So I'm not someone who was born in the USA. I'm black, but I wasn't born in the USA to understand all the historical, and when I mean historical plights, like, I don't think about the lack of privileges that my grandmother used to not have here. Now, I think about it in Jamaica, but not here. So when you think about like how the USA has progressed, a lot of people here, they come in a lot of baggage. I say that to say, I've told Fresh this mad times, when it comes to race and relations, don't even talk about it because, number one, you are an immigrant like myself, except you're much newer, and I think the depth of what you understand is much shallower, right? I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but I had to educate myself a lot after, we went through a time where race was just a huge thing. So it's either you're going to participate or not. Myron, who is a person of color and also black, but there is clearly a immigrant background there as well. And this is why I tell him to stay away from it. I'm sorry. Tommy and this young woman right here, they're black. And what I mean by they're black, and we're all black, the majority of their descendants are from here. Their understanding, their outlook, and their dark skin too. Colorism matters. Their understanding of all of what's going on is much more colorized and contextualized more than anyone else. You see everybody else sitting at this table, this white girl, whoever this, she might be, I think she's light skinned, she might be black. But this girl is Spanish. This girl's white. Nobody want to hear y'all talk about black issues. I'm sorry. That's what I definitely agree with. Nobody wants to hear the non-black person. Like, shit. Sometimes I feel like there's depths that I could, communicate with. And I'm black, but I wasn't born here. When you not black and you Spanish, you some other shit, I get it. You might be a person of color. You might not be white, but nobody want to hear your own black issues. So when Tommy's talking and Shorty is talking, we don't want to hear y'all talking. I'm going to be honest with you. And that's just a fact. Y'all not black. Y'all fuck black niggas. Y'all not black. Y'all don't even have the experience. And to keep it real, like, I remember Tommy said something really dope. I think he said it to somebody who I really like too. because she's actually my ex's like cousin. But it was like, yo, if you Hispanic and you trying to like act like you identify with a dark-skinned person's plight, you're fucking delusional. Like in the black community, people look at it like there's a lot of niggas who, if they can't get a white chick, they all want a Spanish chick. They all want like that Spanish chick with the silky hair. Y'all don't nearly face the same scrutiny, the same type of prejudices as somebody who's dark skinned and who has nappy hair. I hate when people try to lump themselves into. This is why black people never get nothing in America, because people of color just lump themselves into it. You Spanish, bro, white dudes want Spanish girls. It's shown in a way higher amount in percentages than black girls. So like, if you Spanish, if you Asian, you might be considered a person of color, but you don't know what a girl who is black gotta go through. Just stop it. So that's why I tell them, I'm like, yo, this is a relationship show where the conversation could be devoid of relationship. No, be devoid of race. Talk about race. Talk about relationships. Because when y'all get to race, I don't want to hear none of these chicks talk about race. I'm going to keep it 100 with you.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I ain't gonna say you're tagging,
See,
but you're putting their picture. You're putting their picture on there.
So you get. I'm looking at my. I'm looking at my Instagram right now.
And I
my
follow.
own Instagram.
I don't follow.
Do you have
follow, but I'm looking at my Instagram right now.
The only way that I felt some way is because it's like it's no other race you go so hard on but your own kind.
Because he cares.
Listen,
if he cared, he wouldn't go so hard.
You don't tell me how to do what I do. I got my psychology degree. You didn't. So
okay,
if you
but I did study psychology, so I know
more
the
people
difference.
than you. I've had more people say I've changed their life and saved their life.
I'm only 25,
no, I'm
but I'm very smart and wise for my age.
The point is, do it your way. Don't tell me not to do it mine.
Of course. But I'm letting you know, you can go a whole different way about it.
But I don't care. You do it. If you know how to build a house better than me, you build it. Don't tell me to do it.
Okay, but I'm just letting you know. If I'm only time that
this is why I think this is why I think they should cut these conversations. There's a conversation between two darker skinned black people, and the majority of the panel can't even understand. They're isolated from it, and then now you're all of a sudden having a conversation that should be probably, if y'all really want to talk about it, should be some off the cuff type shit, or y'all should have your own thing to talk about it. Everybody looking at y'all like y'all a spectacle.
He's trying to benefit in your image, though.
Can we just have this debate, please? Nobody else.
But you're not.
All right, I'm glad she said that. Listen, this is a black people conversation. I'm gonna be honest with you. No disrespect to Short, I know her too. Chill. Like, yo, listen.
Thank you to me when I speak.
Hold on. I want to say something though too. This is what I think this chick doesn't understand. If you ask me, the reason why Fresh and Fit has had her back on the show consistently, she is the prototypical example of a lot of what people, of a lot of stereotypes people have about black women. Sorry. So she thinks she's upset about people depicting black women, except, nigga, there's been mad cute, well-spoken, well-thought-out, non-ignorant, non-aggressive black women that's came on the show, and they not coming on here to get the same type of airtime as you. You're the stereotype, my nigga. They got you because you the stereotype. Like, let's just be honest. So it's like she's fighting against something, but you're also perpetuating at the same time. You're saying that, yo, Tommy, why you keep going on black women? Well, I would just say to her, like, shorty, like, I read the comments when you was on the last time. Everybody was like, oh, she's a loud black chick, but she cool. You're perpetuating the same stereotype.
Now, everything bro saying right there, straight up on point. Being a black dude watching a lot of these conversations is very cringy for me. Because, you know, it is important for us to have some discourse amongst the community to be able to discuss things. I think we have too much infighting in public about serious issues, and we become a spectacle for other people. And it's crazy watching that is actually seeing us a spectacle for other folks and them interjecting into the conversation and shit like, hold on, slow your little lad down. We ain't trying to hear you join this conversation. This ain't about you. So I can understand exactly where Act coming from. When you have this platform such as Fresh and Fit has, and you are people of color, you become to have more responsibility. And a part of your responsibility is yourself, such as Tommy Sotomayor. A part of your responsibility is protecting your image and the way that, you know, people talk about your folks. Now, I'm gonna say this right here. Now, it's no issue with correcting people that fuck up in your community. That's perfectly fine. The issue is when it becomes overwhelming and you only focus on the negatives and you begin to confirm or create your own stereotypes and bias. You have the responsibility that if you're going to call out the negatives and the wrong within a community, that you also have to show positive things too. Amongst our Black people, that's important, understanding with how propaganda was used against us over years. And for somebody to finally get a strong platform and them to continue the propaganda and not understanding that I have to go ahead and show both sides to make sure that we have representation for all different type of Black people, then I'm no better than D.W. Griffith, the man that made the original Birth of a Nation. I'm using propaganda in the same type of way that they were. Now, my little two-piece on the whole situation, yeah, Chit was out of line. Chit was not trying to have any type of understanding to have the conversation. It was a terrible place to have the conversation. She just wanted to shine on that boy. And if you are someone that's cool with him and know who he is, know how he is, he's not going to back down from you, and the situation more than likely is going to go out of hand. Yes, she is a stereotype. The way she was saying ignorant, that shit was crazy as hell. I can't even, ignorant, I don't know. The way she was saying ignorant, that shit was wild as fuck, bro. I don't know. That shit crazy, but yeah, chick is a stereotype.
I think by now Fresh and Fit have just accepted that, you know, these moments people aren't gonna make them look the best in. And by the way, they didn't do anything wrong, if you ask me, in this. Like, you know, Myron helped out. Of course, Fresh ain't, you know, he doing this thing, but other people that work on the show, they were all involved trying to make sure that this didn't get too ugly. But the narrative is already out on Fresh and Fit. It's like people are positioning them against women and then against Black women. So even though in the particular clip, I don't know if you guys watched it a few minutes ago when I played it, you know, the girl got a little bit aggressive with Tommy, but that shit don't matter. It's all about narrative. So, you know, I kind of look at it, and I look at it from a different approach than maybe they do. Let me tell you this. The first time you make the blogs, or the first time you make TMZ, that's a high. So even if, like, I remember 6ix9ine specifically said something to me, right? 6ix9ine said, yo, Act, the first time you ever covered me, you covered me for Trippy calling me a pedophile. But I was so fucking happy that you covered me, because it meant I got to a level that Akademiks covers me. And I tell you that because, like, when it comes to Fresh and Fit now, I think I hope they're not still at the point where they're thinking everything that goes viral is good. It's not good. You already went viral already. People already kind of know you a little bit already. Even if they don't watch you, they know you a little bit already. You just don't want the reputation to precede you and prohibit anything you might want to do. So, you know, like, and I remember talking to Fresh last night, and I was like, bro, yeah, I didn't do anything, but trust me, if I was managing our show, I don't think this is a good thing. It's not a good thing because it's going to carry on the narrative. Y'all don't want instances on your show where women and men are fighting. That's not good. And it might go viral, but you should be beyond going viral at this point. You get me? Because at the end of the day, Twitter is not going to look at it the way you're looking at it. They're going to look at it like, damn, why is this podcast fighting with women? Even if the women kicked it off in this particular instance. So that's how I kind of looked at it. You know, I think it's kind of unavoidable when you kind of look at their setup. You have 12 people in the same room or living room, basically. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's a little charged up. And you're trying to hope everybody let cooler heads prevail. That's just not going to happen. So that's the thing. I kind of look at it. I'm like, yo, I hope they realize that, you know, what comes with leveling up. And I see a lot of people who like them, like, you know, It reminds me of chat niggas in a little bit of a way, because your own audience don't want you to succeed too much. They like to feel like you belong to them. So they don't want you to be the biggest podcast in the world. They don't want you to keep accelerating. They want you to grow to the point where they still feel like you belong to them. And hearing a few fans of their podcast talk about like what they should do is like, they're like, no, everything, no. Listen, you get to a point where now you got to start protecting your assets. Whether it's like, yo, listen, we're gonna have to cast women differently, shit. And by the way, I give Myron credit for this. Like, they definitely got some shit for metal detectors now in there. But shit, maybe security, maybe some other shit. It's just too much shit going on. And again, it's entertainment when nothing happens. It's something else when somebody got people in the building or got a gun on them and something does. So that's my only advice. Is like, you guys are growing, but trust me, what Jerry Springer was organized fuckery. It wasn't real. Let me just be clear with that. It wasn't real people fighting. Most of the time, they knew what was going to go on. They knew the parameters, and it could only get so wild. You don't want to have a situation where, as much as you might be going viral from it, that it's now anything goes. That's it's threatening to your core business, if you ask me.
So Akademiks is giving them boys all of the advice possible to make sure they can come up and continue rising and growing. Will they take the advice? When you're coming on and everything is working the way that you want it to work with your formula, someone else trying to tell you the way to do things, that's going to kind of make you feel like, listen, I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to keep riding this until the wheels fall off. And right now, this bitch still rolling. So I don't know. Who knows if they're going to take that advice? And plus, they may want to go ahead and rock out with their fans and stand like that because they feel like this. Through everything that they're doing, the new people, the casual fans, are going to be very fickle in the future. They're not going to sit there and rock with them and stand strong in the paint with them like these fans are through the worst shit possible. Some things that could probably make some people, lose followers. We've seen YouTubers in the past who done fell the fuck off. So in their mind, they're like, listen, these fans are rocking with us doing things this way. They are giving them the super chats, the views, all those things to stay consistent. And we can't switch up on them, because once we switch up on them and try to go and build this new audience, we may start losing these folks. And now this new ground that we trying to go out and stand on may not be as sturdy as rocking with these folks. And them folks may have the same ideologies as us. So let me continue rocking with these dudes. And if it's a small group of people, oh well, it's still a good amount of group of people that you can sustain a lifetime of income and build a career off of. It's some people that's on YouTube that been rocking around with 100K after being on this shit for years, 100K subscribers that have been on here for years and make pretty decent money, be able to sustain themselves and doing several other ventures and stuff. If you feel like that's where you want to be and be comfortable, listen, they're going to do what they want to. Everyone doesn't have the same goals. I don't know what Fresh and Fit's goals are. Well, they did say, from when I seen some viral clips doing the Ab and Pre shit, they want to beat everybody, have more subscribers than anybody and shit. They want to be the number one. That's what they want to be. But it's going to take a lot of decisions for them. Once again, people gonna continue watching their podcast. Me, I don't watch it. I just see viral shit that happen. I discuss it with you guys. I know a lot of you guys like discussing that shit. So, I seen that fight pop up on my Instagram. Akademiks had to post a little fight and shit. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I seen the fight, recorded that shit, and just posted on my shorts and shit. I'll be posting random stuff on my shorts, so let you guys go ahead and see it. They done age restrict that shit now, but it's whatever about that. But what you guys think? What you guys think in the comment section below? Let me know right now. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here though. It's your boy Stacy. And I fuck with you, and the reason why, because you fucks with me. Hey, I'm out.